I want to say thanks to the kids. Where you at? Lord, kids. Back at home, okay? I think what? That, yeah, right? We had kids. So,
Amen.
hey, that's
Amen. That's the Lord.
give me a second. You know, you're blessed. You're really blessed because I can God here this morning.
Amen.
You know, Paul and I have gone to many churches up around where we live, and wow, you have gone to Isaac talking when you everything's land. If somebody has a need, it seems like a break to come to the altar. And God still is real. And I know that serving God is not all about feelings, but you know what? I wouldn't give you a nickel for it if I didn't feel it occasionally.
Amen.
Because he says it's with the heart man believes.
Amen.
And if we don't feel it a little bit occasionally, then we better search and look for ourselves. But God's here. And the message this morning may be for me, it may be for one person. But you know what? God laid it on my heart last week. It's not a Father's Day sermon. It's but it can be for the fathers.
Yes. Amen.
And what I was going to say a minute ago, we all fight our own, I don't want demons, but we all have our troubles. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. But as I was coming down this morning, you know, God said, help me. He said, it's not about you, but, you know, I'm just a messenger. And messengers are just like everybody else. We stumble, we fall, we make mistakes. But that's what the message is about this morning, is not wallowing in the mud.
Amen. Amen.
If you have the Bible and want to turn with me, I want to read a scripture from Isaiah chapter 43. But I want us to think about where we are this morning and what we can do. You know, one of the things I struggle with today is my voice. Actually, my voice is doing great today.
Amen.
I really struggled this past week. I was wondering if I should even try, and I was having the strain so hard to try to talk. Wow, it was really difficult. You know, I've struggled with this for about 10 years. I finally found a doctor in Nashville that drilled, and it's getting close to the time that I go back and get my shots in. They give me shots in my neck and relax muscles. But today, really, it's doing good.
Praise Lord.
It really is. And I thank God.
Yes, yes.
I thank God for that.
Amen.
But like, we all have something that we struggle with.
Yes.
Like Gary said, dysfunctional. Do any of us have a perfect family? Do any of us have a perfect life?
No.
No, we don't. Gosh, if I could tell you about our family, it'd take a while. And then maybe you would laugh at yours. And some of them I just want to shake. Oh.
Amen.
Some of them are, you just wonder, did they get up and take a stupid pill, you know? But you know what? You still got to love them. You still got to love them.
That's right. I still amen.
Exactly. That's exactly right, and that's what God wants. You know, here again, you guys have got something special here. I couldn't tell you how many churches that they don't even like, they don't want you to stand at the testify. They don't. They don't have time for it. And me, you know, I'll tell you where the preachers is all about them. Me, I don't care if they preach. If the service is going good, why, let God have his way. And I think that's the way it should be. If somebody has a need, they can pray anytime. And that's not in the churches again. And that's why I keep telling you, y'all got something special here. So hold on to it. And even though sometimes it gets rough, gosh, it feels good here. God's here. God still wants to work. But we have things we have to work through. Isaiah 43:18 and 19. Well, I'll get there. There's something that when I was in high school, I despised history class. Oh my goodness. I almost had it with a passion. And I did everything I could when I went to college that I didn't have to take any history classes. But you know what? After a few years, I realized how important it was. Because if we didn't know anything about history, then we'd just be like, what's the term for insanity? You do the same thing over and over again with the same results. So history is a lesson for us. And we need to know where we've been so that we can learn lessons from it. Now, what I'm going to talk about here in a minute is what Isaiah really, I think, what he meant was that we don't forget where we came from.
Amen.
But don't keep staring in the rearview mirror. And I've seen so many people get caught up in what ifs, and they miss the blessings of today. Because we can't change a thing that we did yesterday. We can't change anything we did last week. We can't change anything we did last year. And I believe that is what that God wants us to learn to differentiate between is learning lessons and holding on and letting the past destroy us. Because it will. It will destroy our joy for today if we don't learn to let go of some of the things in the past and let God work in you today. Isaiah said, forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Do you not feel it? That's what I'm talking about. How that you can feel the love of God in here today. Can you not feel it? I am making a way in the desert and streams in the wasteland. I know I've been there, and I don't know about you or everybody else, but there's been times when I feel like that I have wandered in the desert for too long. And I think it's time that we look to God, to look for the oasis that He wants us to have. And if we don't reach out, if we don't put forth a little effort towards it, God wants us to put forth an effort. God expects us. He's not going to do everything. You know, there's been people I talk to that that's smoked for years. It's not good for you. And I know that that they said, well, God hasn't taken it away from me yet. Well, you know, God expects a little effort from us on our part. You know, there are things that are just things that God puts in front of us that we just have to learn to say no. But you know, apart from the lessons we learned, there's nothing that we can gain or profit by looking, like I said a few minutes ago, and staring in the rearview mirror. Sure, there's lessons to be learned, but don't dwell on them. Don't let them consume you. Because what they're going to do, they're going to consume your joy. They're going to rob you of what God needs of you today. I started to say one from you today, but He needs you today. He needs us to worship and look to Him for what our needs are. So there, you know, we look at these and we think about them. And I know we've all made choices. We've all made choices like to change. But you know what? No amount of wealth can rewind that clock. We can't change it. And it's not going to do any good if we just keep dwelling and dwelling and dwelling. The Apostle Paul said in Philippians one thing, and I believe he understood this. He said, one thing I do, forgetting what lies behind and straining forward to what lies ahead, I press on toward the goal.
Amen. Amen.
Because isn't it worth it?
Yes.
That's what Paul is talking about. This morning, the teacher, Sunday school teacher, Paul made a comment, you look like one of our old teachers in high school. Not old, I'm sorry. You're right. Let me rephrase. One of our teachers back some time, I didn't mean old. See, here I get myself in trouble. Try to say things that come out wrong. I was trying to give you a compliment. But she was, what I caught in the lesson was some of the things that I wanted to talk about today. Was that in these things that Paul was trying to get us to see was forget those things that will drag us down. The things that will rob us, as I was talking about. And to look forward to what God has for us. Now, and one of the things she said was Romans 8:28, which was my favorite verse, was thinking about these things. Is that, well, why do I have to go through this? Why is it that when I make choices, have you ever been in a place where you know that at the time you were, that you made the best choice you possibly could with the information that you had?
Yes. Amen.
And yet, it turned out to be the worst thing that ever happened. I don't know about you, but I still do it all the time. I try to do research on things. I try to do the best. Let me give you an example. Buy some tires, okay, so that you can see where I'm coming from. I'll do research on tires. You know, I'm a consumer report junkie. And I'll buy a set of tires and I'll put them on my car. Turns out to be the biggest piece of junk that ever was. And you wonder, and it's the same thing in life, and that's what I'm trying to get at, is that we'll make the best decision that we think we know how at the time we make it, and it turns out to be a big flop. You wonder why. Well, we go back to Romans, what it says there, Romans 8:28, and he says, for this I know that, let me turn over to read it. And we know that in all things God works for the good. And you wonder, how can, with the decisions that I make, I try the best I can, but yet it flops. Well, maybe it's just for you. Maybe just to teach me a lesson, because I've always been hard-headed. Maybe just to teach me a lesson. But he says, for those who love him and who have been called according to his purpose, for those God foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the likeness of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brothers. And those he predestined, he also called. Those he called, he also justified. Those he justified, he also glorified.
Right.
So maybe it's just a lesson. But God has a purpose for every place we go, every place we've been. It says the steps of a righteous man. Now, a lot of times I've had to stop and think, why am I here? Well, in some time, we'll find out. We'll know. One of the things that I remember was when we lived here. We lived here in 84 to about 1990. And I took a job and moved back towards Ashland. And in the move, before Paul and the girls moved back up with us, I stayed a few weeks with my mom and dad. And I was getting ready to go to work one morning, and I was coming down the steps. And I've been struggling with this really bad for a while. And as I was coming down the steps that morning, God told me, it was just as if somebody was there with me. And he said, you're going to be needed here. And I didn't understand it then. I'm trying to think, it was in the fall. No, it was in the spring, because it was before school. And probably April. And I would got feeling sorry for myself. All the girls were here, I was there, and I got thinking, everything that I needed was here. We had a good church, we had a good house, good God, good friends. But I was coming down the steps, and God was going to get here. And that was, like I said, in April. In August, we found out that my dad had cancer, and he just had a few months to live. So, after that, I understood that why I was what I was, or why I was when I was. But, those things are the type of things that we need to just trust and follow. But then we let things in the past that we don't need to put on. Now that was a lesson for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that I dwell on that, but there's things that we have to learn from. But then there's things of choices that I made that weren't the best, that didn't turn out so well. But you can't dwell on those. And that's what I'm talking about. Maybe as he said, there's a pattern of sin or an addiction. Maybe you're trapped in fear. I've known people that just were afraid or let fear just destroy their lives. Anxiety or relationship just destroys your life. And we know that God doesn't want us to be there. And God wants us to be in a better place. And I don't know about you, but I've been here. I wrote this down because it feels like it's hopeless. And I've been there. There's no way out of this, God. My life isn't what I thought it would be. And I've only made it worse with my choices. I'm too far gone for a new thing. But you know what? situation. He knows where we are. He knows who we are. He knows what we're made of. And then you wonder, how can we get out of this? But, used to, I didn't have to make notes. I'm getting old. And if I didn't shake your all's hand and didn't call you by name, please forgive me. Because there's times that I don't hardly remember. I'll leave one room and walk into another one and forget why I came later. And so our memory sometimes is the job. But here's what I want to get to. In Luke chapter 9 is in talking about the past. No one puts his hand to a plow and looks back is fit for the service of the kingdom of God. But you know what? He says our ambition. Shouldn't we have ambition to do the best we can? Don't you want people to think that there's somebody that when they do something, they do it the best they possibly can? We all do. We all want it. Whatever our job is. If my job, and I've been there, if my job is to be a janitor and clean the bathroom, you know what? I want people to say, and I've had them say it, we come to this garage to use the bathroom here because it's clean. I want to do the best I can because that's the way I want to make people feel. And anything that we do, that's the way that God wants us. He wants us to put our heart into it. And he's talking about these reference of somebody plowing the field. How many of you here have farms? How about when you use a plow and you go down that field and you look back at the plow, where do you end up? You'd be wrong, don't you? It looks crooked. And I love it. I love to hear that. Don't you think nothing about it. I think that's the best thing in the church. I'm telling you. Because if we don't have kids in the church, sis don't think nothing about it. He's okay. Because if we don't have kids in the church, there won't be church tomorrow. But when you go down that field, you're plowing, and you keep your head or your eyes straight ahead, and you're going to go where you're at. Then when you get to the end, and you're going to turn around and look at your furrows, if you're straight, right? Doesn't make you proud. How about if you've got a garden? There's a guy on Paul's bus route that has a garden. It's not real big. It's probably about as big as this area here. But I'm telling you, it is picture perfect. I mean, the ground looks like a flower bed. There's not a weed in it. His tomato plants are staked and caged, and every plant looks like it's out of a Southern Living magazine picture. I'm telling you, he has the prettiest garden there ever was. And how many times did Paul make reference about it? And my poor little garden looks like it's awful. I put tomato plants out 3 times and they still not doing well. Finally, I'm trying to catch on. But in lessons we learn, I want to be proud of my little garden, but it looks awful. I thought I was doing a good job. I had a little place about as big as this area here. And I thought, well, gosh, I need to do something with it. I put 50 pounds of triple 10, 50 pounds of lime, I burned out 50 pounds of triple 10, 50 pounds of lime, and about 25 pounds of ammonia nitrate. Until the end. And I just about burned up. It's awful. So, you know what I'm talking about? I'd like to be proud of my little garden. I like to be proud of what I do. And God wants us to be the same way. So he doesn't want us to look back. And he doesn't want us to be the person that regrets because we can't change it. We can't change it, you know. The first case is an inconsiderate impulse. Puts his hand to the plow. We think about it. You know, there's three things in there that he's talking about. He puts his hand to the plow, and we need to consider what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. Because, as he said, what man builds a house and doesn't consider the cost? We've got to know what to do when we get into it. The second is that of conflicting duties, where it says he looks back. He desires to return to the old life. He desires and reluctant to give up the things that will interfere with the joy that God wants for you. Old habits, old friends, anything that will rob us of what God wants us to do. And then the last thing is that of a divided mind, not having made the decision to fully put your mind and heart to the task. And the heart is the most important part. Because if we're not serving God with the heart, then what are we doing? Really, the question, if we don't serve God with the heart, because like I said when I first got up here, that if you don't feel it, it's not about a feeling all the time, don't get me wrong. But if you don't feel it occasionally, then why don't you? Because there's something real about feeling the Holy Spirit. Because, like I said, it's with the heart man believes, and then with the mouth confession is made. And then Hebrews 6, and I'm going to close here. Therefore, let us move beyond the elementary teachings about Christ and be taken forward to maturity. Not laying again the foundation of repentance for acts that lead to death. You know what he's saying is, let's move. Let's learn from the past. Let's grow. And let's become the Christian God wants us to be. Amen. And know that everything's not going to be perfect. I hear. My life is not. And I would almost bet, and it's not good to bet like that, but I'll say it that way so you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to bet my next paycheck that just about everybody's family in here somewhere has that type of dysfunctionality. Nobody's family life is perfect. I know mine's not. But God wants us to learn to deal with them. He wants us to learn to overcome them. And I think that's the secret. Is to deal and to overcome them. Don't let them drag it down. Don't let those situations drag us down where we feel like we want to give up.
Amen.
Because what will happen to us is something that's happened to me. We'll wander in the desert too long. And God wants us to come back. God wants us to come home. And if you think that God doesn't know you, or He doesn't know your emotions, your desires, your thoughts, if you think God don't know you, you're just trying to fool yourself. Because God created us, He created mankind, He created every one of us, and everybody in all the earth. We may look different, we may dress different, we may speak differently, and we may have different colored skins, but you know what? We all came from His likeness. We all had the same emotions, the desires, and those things that come up. And God knows it. God knows those. He knows we get angry. He knows that we come to a place sometimes we say, I almost, you want to almost have hatred in your heart, right? But we know that that's not proven as for a Christian. What happened to Cain and Abel? It was a heart problem. And a hatred, emotion that came up. And we're just exactly like them. God made every one of us like that. And don't ever think that God don't know what you're going through. Because He does. I can promise you that. I'm afraid if we have emotions that we think God doesn't know about, then we as a church fail. If we haven't taught, because we need to teach that emotions and the desires we have naturally. We all do. The essential result is this. Ones that we allow to rule us. Which ones do we allow to rule us? That's the secret. If you want to call it the secret. The secret to success to being a Christian is not allowing those old, detrimental, hatred, hurtful things destroy the joy that God wants for us. And you know what? There have been times when I said, today, I'm not going to allow Satan destroy Robbie and Joy anymore because I can't change what I did yesterday. I can't change a thing. But I can move on. And that's what God wants every one of us to do, is to move on, move up, and allow Him to restore the joy, or to give us the joy, or whatever you need to give us the joy that we have, and can have, and we can feel in our heart. So, I'm asking you today, as we all stand, have you allowed things to rob you? Have you allowed people? That's one of the biggest things, is we let other people rob us and destroy the joy that we know that we can have. Jesus said, I came to give you the joy. And joy is different than happiness. Don't let people rob you of joy that we know that we can find. It's as simple as this. All you gotta do is ask. Ask for help. Because it's in the heart. Gosh, I'm telling you. I'm glad that I can feel God's presence in my heart today. He's real here, folks. He's real. And I'm glad that I can feel it today. So if you have a need in your heart, please start over to Him. And leave and go out the doors today. Today, not yesterday, not after a while. You can go out the door today with a different perspective. Okay?
Page 401. Take up surrender your all today. Wherever He leads, I'll go. Wherever He leads, I'll go. I'll follow my Christ who loves me so. Wherever He leads, I'll go. He drew me closer to His side. I saw His will to know, and in that will I now abide. Wherever He leads, I'll go. Wherever He leads, I'll go. Wherever He leads, I'll go. I'll follow my Christ who loves me so. Wherever He leads, I'll go. It may be true the shadows dim, or o'er the stormy sea, I take my cross and follow Him. Wherever He leadeth me. Wherever He leads, I'll go. Wherever He leads, I'll go. I'll follow my Christ who loves me so. Wherever He leads, I'll go. My heart, my life, my all I bring to Christ who loves me so. He is my Master, Lord and King. Wherever He leads, I'll go. Wherever He leads, I'll go. Wherever He leads, I'll go. I'll follow my Christ who loves me so. Wherever He leads, I'll go.
Amen. Amen.
Good. Are all